Fox 11 is on special assignment tonight. The state of Wisconsin wants to know if your tax dollars are being wasted on housing costs for convicted sex offenders. Good evening, everyone. The investigation announced today in Madison is the direct result of a Fox 11 on special assignment report and your reaction to it. Our report detailed the state is paying 3 and sometimes 4 times the going rate to rent homes for convicted sex offenders. So why is this happening? Well, that's what state lawmakers want to know. Fox 11's Mark Leland was in Madison today and has tonight's update.
A Fox 11 investigation found examples of high rent, with the state paying $2,500 a month to rent this home in Green Bay, while similar houses rent for $600. And $1,600 a month for this house in Manitowoc, where neighbors with larger space pay as little as $400. In each case, one sex offender resides at each residence. Members of the Joint Legislative Audit Committee want answers as to the cost and placement of sex offenders on supervised release. It has directed the Legislative Audit Bureau to evaluate the program and come up with cost-saving solutions.
Representative Kirkman.
Aye. The push for an audit found unanimous support from the bipartisan committee members on hand. At issue are taxpayer-funded rental properties used to house sex offenders on supervised release.
And I applaud the citizens that have highlighted this in your TV station also. I mean, we're looking for ways to do things cheaper.
This audit as scoped is framed around the supervised release program.
State Auditor Joe Chrisman indicates his investigation will include a cost analysis of the supervised release program and options to save money. Legislative rules requiring the placement of sex offenders will also be scrutinized to look at savings and community safety. A public hearing prior to approving the audit provided testimony supporting the review. Speaking out were several Northeast Wisconsin residents who had been trying to get the legislature to take notice of the issue for more than a year.
If we sound somewhat upset, it's probably because we are. We don't mean anything to be mean or vicious, but we've been frustrated by the process.
We have spent over the last year and a half, a lot of hours on this. And to me, the whole system, the cost is way out of line.
The supervised release program is run through the Sandridge Treatment Center in Boston, where the most violent sex offenders after serving their prison time are committed. Sandridge paid $550,000 last year to rent 28 homes for sex offenders. Sandridge officials acknowledge a premium is currently paid in order to secure some of its rentals, and now they welcome any cost-saving ideas.
So we welcome it. We hope that maybe out of this process there'll be other ideas that we haven't explored.
An audit of the program comes at a good time, with Governor Walker's proposed budget adding funds to the supervised release program over the next couple of years in anticipation of more sex offenders being placed on supervised release. The 2-year proposed budget includes an additional $900,000 for the supervised release program the first year, with another $1.4 million the second year, with sex offenders on supervised release estimated to increase from 33 today to 43 by 2015. In undertaking the audit, committee members raised their own questions.
And does it make sense that maybe the state owns some of the properties that these people are placed in, as opposed to having private folks or private corporations?
That question and others should be answered when the audit is completed this summer. At that time, legislators say they will review the findings to see which cost-saving suggestions can be implemented, and that could include changing current laws. On special assignment in Madison, Mark Leland, Fox 11 News.
State leaders are reacting to today's audit approval. Department of Health Services Deputy Secretary Kevin Moore says he welcomes the audit, but adds, while looking for efficiencies and saving tax dollars is always an important mission, in this case, he says, that has to be weighed and balanced with the right of Wisconsin residents to be safe. And State Senate President Mike Ellis of Neenah, who requested the audit based on the Fox 11 investigation findings, issued his own statement today, saying he's glad the Legislative Audit Bureau will be investigating what he describes as these inflated rates and hopefully make recommendations to lower costs. We'll continue to follow the story for you, and if you'd like to see the stories that led to today's audit, you can find them at fox11online.com. Just look under the On Assignment tab on the homepage.